Hey everyone, as 2020 comes to a close, I wanted to focus on some of the better parts of this year. And for me, one of the better parts of the year was all the technology that was released this year. And that's what I want to cover in today's videos. I want to go over the best technology of 2020. So there was a number of products that came out this year. Of course, every year we get like new phones, but not every year do we get new video game consoles. Do we get new graphics cards and CPUs? Like there's so much new technology that came out this year, and we're going to be covering it. And we're going to be going over my personal favorite technology that came out this year in 2020. So to start this list off right, we have the iPhone SE, the iPhone SE 2 as some people call it. But the new iPhone SE dropped this year. And the iPhone SE features the same internals as the iPhone 11 Pro. It has the new Apple Silicon inside of it, and you get all of those benefits that you had from the iPhone 11 Pro series. But it's in a small form factor back to, say, the iPhone 7 or 8. Really great phone. It was also Apple's budget phone, which allowed so many people to actually get this phone this year. I personally know like 4 or 5 people who bought the iPhone SE this year, all because of its fantastic budget price, but also because of how competitive this phone is and how well it stacks up. I mean, it features the same internals as an iPhone 11 Pro, which sold for like $1,000, all for just this small little phone and its budget too. Now, me personally, I really enjoyed the iPhone SE. I had an iPhone 11 Pro, so this wasn't my go-to device, but there was a good while there was a few weeks where my iPhone 11 Pro was not working properly, and so I actually went and started really using this as my daily driver, and I actually really enjoyed it. You know, it was kind of interesting going back to using Touch ID, which, of course, as we know this year because of COVID, everybody had to be wearing masks, so Face ID didn't work this year. You know, you always had to put in your passcode. This phone was really great because of the Touch ID. So iPhone SE, great product. I'm so glad that Apple released that this year. So next up on our list, we have the Xbox Series S. Now this system came out just about a month and a half ago. It is one of Microsoft's 2 new Xbox consoles that released this year. And similar to the iPhone SE, this is Microsoft's budget device. The Xbox Series S features a super fast SSD, features the new Zen 3 CPUs by AMD, as well as RDNA 2 GPU inside, which enables ray tracing on this console for only $300. Incredible console. It's tiny form factor. It is no disk drive, but to me personally, I don't mind that so much. And I think my personal favorite thing about the Xbox Series S is how small and light it is. This thing is actually so tiny in real life, and it actually enabled me to take it with me and travel this holiday season. And it was so fantastic being able to just put it in a little tiny suitcase and take it with me wherever I needed to go. So awesome. And such a great console, dude. And I think the $300 price tag is just absolutely killer. Now, next up is going to be an honorable mention. I cannot present it to you because I don't have one, and that's the PlayStation 5. I have not received my PlayStation 5 yet. There's been so many stock issues that have happened this year. But the PlayStation 5 is an incredible piece of tech that was released this year. It features an ultra-fast SSD, faster than almost any SSD you can buy for even high-end PCs. Another reason why the PlayStation 5 was so great this year is because of the abundance of memes that we got out of it, of the sheer size of the console, plus the design. Everything about the PlayStation 5 got memed this year. Plus, it was also kind of nice to see the meme wars between the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5, how they both got memed to death. And that leads us into the next product, which is the Xbox Series X. The Xbox Series X is probably my favorite tech of this year. Xbox Series X is such an ultra powerful console. It's the most powerful console we've had yet, and features the same technology as the Xbox Series S, only better. Has a better CPU, a better GPU, and a larger capacity SSD. The Xbox Series X is bigger than the Series S in comparison, but all in all, the amount of power and everything all considered crammed inside the Xbox Series X is actually pretty remarkable how small and cool and quiet the system is. I know I love my Series X so much that I actually in fact bought 2 this year. You can see one box up here. What you can't see is I have another box right down here with another Xbox Series X inside it. And it's such a great console. I've really enjoyed playing all these new games that have come out for it. Although if I had to have a gripe for these new systems that came out this year, I would probably say the only gripe I've had with them is the lack of games. I don't feel like there's really been any games that have really wowed me this year with the full power of these new systems, although I'm sure that's to be coming soon in the next couple of years as developers get more time on with these systems. But still, great pieces of hardware, and I'm very happy with my decision to purchase them. The next piece of technology that came out this year that I really enjoyed is the Apple Watch Series 6. The Apple Watch Series 6 released this year, such a cool device. It features better battery life. It has an always-on display, blood oxygen monitoring, as well as noise detection to let you know when you reach dangerous levels in a noisy environment. The battery life on it is honestly fantastic. I've been able to actually go about 2 days wearing this without charging. I've been able to use it all day and even sleep with my watch on and then go a whole nother day before I have to charge it. And that's fantastic. There's a number of sleep tracking apps as well that I've really enjoyed using, been able to analyze my sleep. And probably my most favorite feature about the Series 6 is actually how fast it is. It feels so much more responsive and faster compared to the previous gen Apple Watches. And I think that's probably my favorite thing is whenever you do anything on the watch, it's just boom, instant. Everything is instant, so fast. Such a great device. I also really enjoy Apple's new band on here. It's just one band. It doesn't have the loops like they had on all the previous generations. And the Apple Watch Series 6 was another great device that was released this year. And once again, I'm happy with my purchase. Next up is going to be a twofer. That's going to be the new AMD CPUs and GPUs. The new Zen 3 CPUs are absolutely killer. These things actually beat out Intel CPUs in gaming, which is absolutely remarkable because historically Intel CPUs have always been the best for gaming. Even if it was only a little margin, they were always barely better. But now with AMD's new 5000 series CPUs, they are actually the gaming king now. And they also take the productivity king. Such great CPUs, so much technology, and it's great to see what competition does. I can't wait to see what Intel hits back with next, because I'm sure it's going to be great. And I can't wait to see AMD's response to that as well. But their GPUs have also been really great too. We now have ray tracing on AMD GPUs, as well as the new Xbox consoles and new PlayStation consoles as well. Really great. Glad, seriously so glad to see what competition does to this industry, and it's really great for the end consumer. Next up is AirPod Pros. These didn't release this year, but hey, my video, my rules. I love my AirPod Pros. This has probably been almost my favorite thing that I've gotten this year is my AirPod Pros. Dude, these things are so amazing. The active noise cancellation is such an amazing feature, and I find myself using it every single day at work. It's so nice being able to drown out loud noises and just listen to music, YouTube videos, podcasts, whatever. Such a great product. They're so tiny and they fit so snug in my ear that I haven't had any problems with them falling out. Such a great product. Plus the battery life has actually been really great. And overall, the AirPods Pro are definitely my favorite piece of technology from this year. Such a great product. So happy with my purchase. And I don't think there's been a single day this year that I have not used my AirPods Pros. I use them literally every single day. So awesome. And I would highly recommend them to everybody. Next up, we got to give a shout out to Nvidia for their new 3000 series graphics cards. The new 3080 and 3090 are such beast graphics cards. Too bad they're sold out everywhere, but man, that 3090, dude, when that thing dropped, I was refreshing the page so fast trying to get my hands on a 3090. Unfortunately, couldn't get my hands on one, but I can't wait until I will be able to. Such a great card. It was advertised at 8K 60 FPS. Unfortunately, real-world tests proved that that's not quite as possible as it seemed, but it is absolutely a killer for 4K resolution, even up to like 120 frames per second. Such a great card. Lots of GDDR6 memory. Freaking fantastic. Such a powerful card, dude. That thing is just a beast. It's the new Titan. And the other cards in the 30 series are also absolute beasts as well. 3080 is fantastic. And then we have the 3070, which matches the 2080 Ti's performance. Nvidia absolutely killed it this year in regards to performance, but what they didn't kill it in is in producing enough. Hopefully that changes next year, but hats off to Nvidia for producing such beastly graphics cards. Now, the last piece of tech for this video is going to have to go to the iPhone 12 Pro. Dude, this phone is such a beast. I love the squared off form factor for this. So great. The LiDAR is actually so cool to mess around with. It's not necessarily applicable in a lot of real life situations as of yet, but still really fun to mess around with the 3D scan things. Really fun. The new cameras are amazing. HDR video is so great on this. Dude, I can't tell you how great that is. Also, the new MagSafe charger is so great. You might even actually be able to see on the back of my phone the kind of imprint of the MagSafe charger. Really cool. 5G is also wicked awesome, dude. It's nice finally being able to watch 4K content on my phone without being connected to Wi-Fi. The only gripe I would have is not actually about the iPhone 12 Pro, but it's instead about 5G, that it still sucks that there's still so many places I don't even have LTE. But in the places where I have 5G, dude, it works phenomenally. and I love my iPhone 12 Pro. Plus, dude, I just can't get over this color. The color looks so good, man. I love this phone. And honestly, the past few weeks, I've been thinking about actually changing this one out, my iPhone 12 Pro, for an iPhone 12 Pro Max. Now, battery life on the iPhone 12 Pro, I personally feel that it's worse than my 11 Pro, but I've heard that's largely due to the 5G modem that we have inside here. But still, battery life is good enough. It lasts me just about all day long. And Apple's new silicon in it is absolutely fantastic, dude. Such a great device. Apple is absolutely killing it this year. That is 4 Apple products that have made this list. Dude, awesome phone. As well as we also, I gotta give an honorable mention out to the rest of the iPhones that was released this year, such as the iPhone 12 mini, the iPhone 12, and the iPhone 12 Pro Max. All great phones. That iPhone 12 mini, dude, I actually kind of want to get my hands on it. Not necessarily because I'm going to be using it every day and replacing my 12 Pro, but just because of how cool it is and how small it is. Like, such a cool, niche little phone, but honestly, such a killer device, dude. And Apple has absolutely been destroying it lately. But there we go, guys. That is my favorite technology that was released this year in 2020. I'm hoping to make a couple videos similar to this of going over some of the better parts of this year, because a lot of bad stuff happened, but there's still good things that we can still enjoy that came out of this year. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this in the comments down below. What did you guys like about this year? And what was your favorite piece of technology this year? Did you end up getting a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X? What about the new iPhones? So much great innovation that happened this year, and I can't wait to see what 2021 brings. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.